Excellent. Thank you, Susan. Excellent to be with you all here today. The topic of our webinar is developing with blockchain for organizational risk management. What we're going to cover today is a quick primer on what is organizational risk and how it affects you and all of us. We will speak about blockchain and smart contracts and give a primer on that, and then how blockchain, in a way abstracted from the financial context that you have likely heard of it in, can be leveraged in an enterprise network environment to facilitate and substantiate organizational risk management. And then we'll take some questions. So there's a bit of content here. I will try to go at a reasonable pace, and we'll be happy to answer your questions at the tail end. So let's begin. What is organizational risk, also known as operational risk? In the industry, we call this OPSEC. The risk of change caused by the fact that actual losses incurred from inadequate or failed internal processes, people, and systems, or from external events differ from loss projections. So essentially, the risk that the projections we make are varying from the actual outcome in terms of financial, liability, operational performance. So in the context of cybersecurity, the risk of unexpected data, financial, and reputational loss due to the existence of inadequate or insufficient organizational security policies, things that pose organizational risk, things like the configuration of our IT infrastructure, our employee security policies, our physical security policies. All of these influence organizational risk and operational cybersecurity. So why it's relevant to you? Being able to measure and manage organizational risk provides you with a metric that you can use to gauge the expected losses from the projections that you make. Again, financial loss, reputation loss, resource loss in terms of, say, data, corruption, deprecation, or potentially liability and safety concerns. All of these lump into organizational risk. Most of what we're going to talk about today is from the context of cybersecurity. Let's see. So how is organizational risk measured today? Currently, there exists no standardized and generalizable process for measuring and controlling organizational risk. Approaches that exist today are the use of abstract frameworks such as the NIST Risk Management Framework, the NIST Cybersecurity Framework, and a series of NIST special publications, 800-XXX. There are many of them that define high-level controls and security controls that can be applied to high-level processes to measure and control risk. These are, however, as stated, rather abstract, not incredibly granular security controls. So really we are at a lack of a standard and generalizable way to measure security risk across industries. There are a few approaches that are becoming more common. So the standards shown on the previous slide that go into this first bullet point, organizational security policies and procedures, are becoming more common. And these go from employee security policies, network usage policies, resource usage policies, how you use your computers and your work phones. Another approach is, especially in this industry, in the IT and software engineering industry, the use of things like secure coding standards and secure coding practices. You could call these employee security policies for software engineers. These are rather rare. Again, this is particularly difficult to manage, the organizational risk posed by a certain coding practice. While maybe intuitive to a security professional, is certainly not intuitive otherwise, so these are pretty rare. Quality assurance for cybersecurity of products and of systems. Again, with the great lack of frameworks and metrics for measuring the risk, cybersecurity risk at a very granular and system-specific but generalizable level, there is a great difficulty in creating quality assurance mechanisms for cybersecurity systems. Red teaming and penetration testing, which you heard in my introduction, is what I focus on, has traditionally been very rare. It is, sorry, can you hear me? I saw your comments. Anybody else?
Yes, I can hear you fine, Duncan, I
Okay.
believe.
Okay, excellent. Sorry, I saw a comment that we may have lost audio. I will continue. So, red teaming and penetration testing, essentially hiring people to hack into your systems and demonstrate how they can be broken, has historically been rare. It's becoming more common now, but again, with the lack of, as I stated many times, metrics frameworks for measuring security, um, it is difficult to have to perform useful assessments and measure the outcomes specific to a general set of systems. So the conclusion from all of this that I've repeated many times now is that there's a lack of vetted and generalizable methods for measuring cybersecurity risk of an organization, of a system, of a device. Why does this matter? Well, organizational risk affects all of us. It is more than likely that you and your organization, well, it's not more than likely, it is certain that you are vulnerable to organizational risk, and that organizational risk directly affects you. The commonality of poor operational security is staggering. There is a huge lack of security procedures that are practiced by most businesses, even the ones that we would assume to be most secure. Even the government organizations we would assume to be most secure. Most enterprise networks can be penetrated or hacked in less than 24 hours. To be honest, this was rather generous. Your networks probably can be penetrated in less than 6 hours. It is not by any fault of anyone's IT staff, it is just the nature of digital systems. And currently, most security assessments, rather than using a bottom-up secure design approach, they use a band-aid approach to address organizational cybersecurity, ergo after-the-fact security. So a system is built, developed, and deployed, and then after that, security is considered for a variety of reasons. This will never be effective in building secure and resilient systems. Security must be baked in from the bottom up. So since it's not, we are all prone to organizational risk from nature of the products that we use and the standards that we use for things like Wi-Fi and other communications. The lack of bottom-up security in everything that's produced leaves us all very vulnerable. But the good news is that there are a prevalence, an abundance of free tools and methods that are published openly on the internet that are here to help. That have been available that could prevent every corporate security breach that has really ever happened if individuals took the liberty of using tools that are free and that have been vetted by communities of cryptographers and mathematicians for decades. The National Security Agency actually does a great job of vetting and releasing standards such as the Advanced Encryption Standard that is the de facto most secure cryptography standard that is used today. Not that it's the most secure standard.
Hi there, I hope you enjoyed that last clip. My name is Michael Malutis, and if you'd like to watch the full 60 minutes of that last webcast, while also gaining complete unlimited access to our entire library of IT learning, simply visit our subscribe page at greatpro.org/subscribe. Unlimited annual access is $199 per year. But if you use the coupon code LEARN2EARN, you can drop that membership fee to just $149. That's less than $13 per month for unlimited access to over 1,000 hours of on-demand career development, covering the entire spectrum of IT management best practices, including business analysis and requirements, software development, quality and testing, risk management, process improvement, project management, and even digital transformation. But your membership doesn't just give you unlimited access to our vast learning library. You also get free access to our mobile app, as well as direct access to our network of over 300 of the world's leading IT consultants, all of whom are dedicated to putting practical knowledge at your fingertips so that you can learn more and earn more. I hope you will join me in becoming a member of the Great IT Professional and advancing your career with us. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button above so that you get notified whenever we publish new free webcasts each week of the year. Thank you for your time and best wishes for your continued success.